Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the final episode of Extinction Explorer Notes. It's been a long journey, but we are finally going to cover the final 10 notes to complete the collection. And we're going to cover all of those are located in this part of the map right here. And we're starting the episode at roughly these coordinates. So yeah, this area, now to give you some idea of where we are, we have the obelisk to our right, and then we have the border to our left. You can see there's a border post down there, and a few up ahead as well. But if you look in the direction I'm looking, so if you're in this area, you should see that there is a big ice spike, or kind of ice rock, kind of diagonally pointing upwards like that. And you want to have that on your right. So that is in a western direction, but you want to have that thing on your right. And if you look straight ahead, you have a lot of ice, but you also have a little rocky shelf right there, a little rocky area right there. And as you can see, in the middle of that little cliff shelf area, right there, you'll see that there is a note. This is the Snow Owl Dossier at 11.9 by 78.0. Then, for the next few notes, we are going to use the obelisk as our starting point. So here is the obelisk coordinates and map location. Obviously, if you don't find this one, I don't know. Then it's going to be difficult for you. But it's pretty easy to spot the obelisk, let's be honest. So what you want to do is you want to just look around, and you should see that right there, pretty close to it, in a kind of northeastern direction, there is a waterfall right there. So the obelisk is right here, and the waterfall is right down there. It's very close. What you want to do is you want to get to the waterfall, and you want to be on top of that waterfall. And very simply, if you look to the right, it's a little rock, and on top of that, we find a Meiyin Note. This is Meiyin Note number 11 at 19.6 by 77.8. Then, if you start at the same location again, so the obelisk, here are the chords. This time, if you look towards that waterfall, right there, again, it's the only waterfall in the area, so it shouldn't be difficult to find. If you look right, you'll see that there is a little passage right there. There's some ice on the right and some ice on the left, and there's a passage going between those. So you want to follow that passage. And then when the passage ends, so when this ice on your right stops, just go right and go out on the cliff here. So literally just turn right out on this little cliff, and you'll find the one who waits, number 21, at 17.4 by 79. And then again, we want to start here at the obelisk at these coordinates right here. And this time, if you look, you see the waterfall right there, and then next to it, there's kind of an ice mountain or ice rock. But if you look left in the distance there, you'll see that there is this diagonal rock or mountain right in front of us there. It is in a western or eastern direction. No, western direction. So you want to go towards that. And once you reach it, if you look to the right, you'll see there's kind of a stumpy rock over there. And if you continue from this diagonal rock to the stumpy one, you'll walk on top of this kind of ridge right here. And once you reach the stumpy rock, as you can see right down here, next to it, we'll find the Managarmr Dossier at 22.3 by 74.3. Then for our next note, we want to start here at this interesting location. So here are the rough coordinates. It's very distinctive because you have 4 of these kind of metal spike or towers kind of sticking up here. And there's also a city terminal in the middle. So what you want to do, if you're positioned like I am, kind of on the platform with the terminal in front of these spikes, you want to go to the one furthest to the right. So the one that should be pointing kind of towards the obelisk. So you just go towards this one. And then when you get close, if you just go a little bit right of that, you'll see that we find a Meiyin Note. This is number 12 at 17.1 by 86.3. Then for our next note, we want to move to this location. So here are the coordinates on the map location. However, if you want a visual representation, the structure we were at earlier for the previous note is right up there. And we're also hovering above this big kind of tech platform or ramp that's right below us. And we also have the obelisk not too far away either. However, you can also see that on the right side of that metal structure up there, we have this land bridge right here. And that's actually what we want to pay attention to. So you have this land bridge. However, on the right of it, on the bottom of the land bridge, and not on top, but here on the bottom, you have a very, very flat rock right there, as you can see. And on top of that rock, we find The One Who Waits note. This is number 12 at 21.1 by 86.6. Then for the next 2 notes, we are going to move to this structure right here. So another pretty distinctive feature in the landscape, massive tech structure with 2 towers and a big entrance. But here are the coordinates regardless, in case you just need a little help to find it. And the first note is very easy. You just need to go to this big entrance over here. And then on the right side of the door, we find Meiyin Note number 9 at 31.8 by 81.7. And then for the second one, we just walk away from the gate, away from the door. We get back out on this platform, and then you look left. There is a big tower. So go towards the tower, go left of the tower, like this. And once you reach the other side, or once you go past it, you just turn right, and you basically just go parallel to the tower, so you go around it, in other words. But what you want to do is just walk towards the edge, and if you look down, you see that there is a structure down here. It's actually kind of the base of the tower, and we find Diana log number 18 here, and that's at 33.7 by 82.1. Although I am going to show you just quickly a different angle because, yeah, the tower is right here. This is the right tower if you look towards the structure. Right tower, and it's on the right side of that at the base. Then for our next note, and also the 2 final notes, if that matters, we want to move away from the snow dome. We're done with the snow. So now we're outside the dome. We are on the sort of southeastern side of the dome at these coordinates. And as you can see up here, there is a structure, pretty big, almost looks a bit like a city or an outpost or something. And you can see there's a path going up below me here to the structure, so this path. And on the right side of that path, you have this platform with all of these street lights on it. So you want to go to that platform. And you can see that it has kind of a turn right here. But if you go to the very inner point of that turn, right here, you'll find a Diana log. This is number 17 at 38.3 by 88.8. And then for the final note on Extinction, we want to move to this location right here. So this is the opposite side of the same structure. So this big rock is in between us and where we were at the last note. But if you look behind us, we have the end of the city right there, the desert dome. This is what the area looks like. Once again, there's a road that goes up to the structure. But if you go up to the structure here, you'll see there's a city terminal, and there's also this platform here on the right, and it is on the tip of that platform, very easy to spot, that we find the last Meiyin note. This is number 8 at 43.0 by 90.8. And with that, we have covered every single note on all of the main story maps for Ark Survival Evolved. It's been a long-ass journey, but we are here. However, I couldn't end this series without actually taking a look at the complete note index, our complete note Pokedex right here. So this is all the stuff. Now, before I start showing everything, I want to just mention one thing that some people might question. If you open Santiago right here, you'll see that there is a couple of them missing. Now, this is not because I've forgotten any notes. I thought so at first, but it's actually because these 4 are Genesis Chronicles, and you need the little Helena bot Mount Chibi thing following you around in order to unlock these. So, if you just play the game and you don't have the Genesis DLC, you can't get these 4. And that's why I haven't covered them in the series, and that's why these are locked. However, if you have Genesis, you can unlock these. They are scattered around the map, but I haven't showed them in the series because regular people won't be able to unlock them. So that's why there is a couple of them missing. But enough said. We're now going to take a look at the notes, but we're not just going to take a look at the Extinction notes. We're actually going to go up here. We're going to select for Island, Scorched Earth, and Aberration as well. And look at this. Now this is quite satisfying. This is quite beautiful. Every single Helena note and every single Dossier. This has taken a while to collect, but they're all here. Every single one of them. Then we also have Edmund Rockwell. Now, there aren't actually Rockwell notes on this map, but still a pretty solid collection. Meiyin Notes. We have Meiyin Notes on all of the maps, so that's a lot of Meiyin Notes. And then we have Nerva, Raya, and Dakea, and the Grad Journals. These are all exclusive to one map each. Or I guess these 2 are on the same map, but they're exclusive to one map. And then we have Diana. A lot of Diana notes. Both Aberration and Extinction have Diana notes. And then we have the question mark ones. These are the One Who Waits and the Extinction Chronicles, and also the Epilogue. So this is basically everything the Helena, like AI or whatever, has been telling you and stuff. So you actually need to both start playing on all the maps and actually beat all the maps in order to complete this one. And then we have Santiago. Already talked about the missing notes. There's 5 now because there's one on Scorch or an Aberration as well, just in case you're curious. And then we have the Dossiers. I mean, we already took a look at them earlier, but here are all the Dossiers again. And then we finally have the Guardians. So these are the bosses. Now, I haven't actually said this in the previous series, but if you want to complete the maps and get all the Dossiers, which includes the Guardian Dossiers, you actually need to defeat all the bosses. I should have mentioned it because some people have asked, but yeah. If you want to unlock everything, you need to beat the bosses. So here we go. Here we have all of them. Obviously, I didn't do these legit, but here they are anyway. And then we have the final 3, which are Genesis related, so I don't have those. This one has a lot of locked ones, and that's because these are the Genesis Chronicles available on all the different maps. While these will have nothing, unless I select Genesis Part 2. So that was all the notes. That was the full library. I'm not planning on doing the Genesis notes because I don't really want to pay money for the DLCs because I don't have them specifically for a series. So I'm not planning on doing Genesis for now. maybe in the future, but I'm not planning on it. But as usual, if you found this one helpful, I would appreciate a subscribe and a like. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.